She is everywhere. What was it? What was it like working with Anqor?
Amazing. The moment he comes into the room, he has a different aura. Even after finishing the play, that character remained in me that I used to talk like a 60-year-old woman for around 1 or 2 months. I have never done Shakespeare's. I've never watched it. Somehow, I could not relate to it.
Hey, yo, beautiful humans, and welcome back to Creative1s on Anqor podcast. I remain Chineme Prince, your favorite host. And my guest today is one of those people, those faces that you've seen everywhere in the UAE, like at the mall, on the billboard somewhere. She is everywhere. And I've wanted to have a chat with her for the longest time. And so glad that she's here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Svetlana. How are you, love?
I'm good. Thank you so much. And
Your name is very interesting. Svetlana.
Yes.
It's not an Indian name, no?
It's a Russian name.
Yes.
It's very common in Russia.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like before I actually saw you, and I saw that name. I think the first time I saw the name was first time we're supposed to walk together or something.
Uh-huh.
I saw the name. I was like, Svetlana. Oh, she's Russian. Okay. And then it shows up. I was like, where's this Svetlana? Oh, that's Svetlana. It's a very interesting name. Your parents are very big fans of Russian
Not
names.
really. International names.
Oh,
So my siblings also have international names. None of us have Indian names.
really?
Yeah. I'll tell you the story about it.
Yeah, no. I want to. Yeah, go ahead for this story because I want to
Okay.
start with that. What's the fascination with your parents and international
Okay,
names?
so why I was named Svetlana was because when I was born, Svetlana was the first lady cosmonaut who had gone to space. And that was her second time. So my father named me after her. And my siblings, my younger brother is named after the French football captain Platini.
Wow,
Yeah, and my elder brother Robin. So all international names.
that's a very crazy thing, but I love it. Like our parents are very interesting people. Like
Yeah.
the way they named us back in the day is just very interesting. Like you could never really know what they're thinking about. You know, you just I like that name. Let me give it to my child.
Just like yours, Prince.
Yeah. I mean, so mine Prince is very common from where I'm from in Nigeria, like from the Igbo parts. Igbo is like in the eastern part of Nigeria, right? So most dads give their firstborn sons the name Prince as an English name because you have to have an English name as well as your native name. So my dad is like, oh, okay, Prince is a very good name. Might as well just take it, you know? So I've always had that name growing up. But what was it like for you growing up back home? How many are you in your family? Was it like a very big household?
Small nuclear family, just 3 of us.
Yeah.
And mom, dad,
Your parents,
And a dog.
and a dog.
a dog.
Are your parents, what's it called, artistically inclined?
Not really. In fact, I'm the first one to get into the creative industry. And and my dog was also named Tyson. So,
Like Mike Tyson.
yeah, you can say that.
Interesting.
Yeah. In fact, when you were saying about these names, the older son getting the name of the prince,
Yeah.
in India, we have a similar culture.
Oh,
Like they call the elder son as Raja Beta, you know, like the
Raja,
prince.
The prince.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
cultures are very much similar in that way.
I mean, third world countries do share a lot, especially India and Nigeria. Because I grew up, like I was saying earlier, I grew up watching Bollywood movies. So like some of the things that I would see, it's stuff that happens around me. I'm like, oh, okay. I think that's why even in Nigeria, everyone is so into Bollywood movies. Because there's a lot you can relate to when it comes to like Bollywood movies and how we live. What was your relationship with Bollywood going? Do you have any particular Bollywood movie that comes to mind as that the first time you saw it, you just couldn't stop thinking about it?
More than Bollywood films, I was more into Bollywood dancing.
Okay.
So as a child, whenever my brother used to play TV, I would just go in front of the TV and start dancing. So that was the first connection I had with Bollywood films because of Bollywood songs. And I love dancing. So anytime the movie would come on, I would just start dancing. And then slowly, I actually developed interest in movies. And that's how I got into acting.
Yeah, the acting. But before you were an actor, you were a software developer.
Yes.
See, one thing I know about third world country parents is like they're not very excited when their kids do such a switch.
So
You know?
in India, there is a trend. Every family has this. First, you become an engineer or a doctor. Then you decide what you want to do in the future. So first, you have to get a degree.
Okay.
Then later, you can decide what you want to become.
Interesting.
So for me also, I had a similar condition. First, you become an engineer. take up a job, work for some time, then you decide whether you want to get into acting, you want to quit, then it's up to you.
And your parents are okay with this?
It has been a struggle.
Even till now?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
It was an emotional journey where I was working with a software company in Bangalore. And after working for 2 years, I was like, no, this is not my cup of tea. I don't want to do this. And I want to quit and I want to become an actor because that's what I always wanted to be.
Mm.
And then I had to emotionally blackmail my parents that, say, anyways, you're going to get me married. Why not first let me do what I want to do, achieve my dreams, then let me get married. So that actually worked.
Wow.
And then, they said, okay, fine, you have 1 or 2 years, try. And then I started my course in Anupam Kher's Actor Prepares in Bombay.
Yeah.
He's one of the famous actors.
I know him very well.
And that's how it began.
What was it like working with Anupam Kher? Like he's a fascinating actor. I don't know if you've seen his latest movie, VJ69.
Mm-hmm.
He showed, it's like a masterclass of a professional working. What was it like working with him?
Amazing. The moment he comes into the room, he has a different aura.
Mm.
And it's like everybody's just straight away looking at him. We don't know what to say. Because the energy, the aura they have, it's tremendous. It's very different.
Mm.
So of course, you learn a lot of things from these actors, especially when you see them perform live in front of you.
Mm.
So for me, my first approach was to get into films, was to at least learn on set. Not as an actor, even as an assistant director, go and just see them perform.
Mm.
The way they perform on set is different. They just switch on, switch off from the characters.
Mm.
So that's great.
Like you said, you've always wanted to be an actor. What particular part of your life did the acting bug hit you?
As far as I remember, I was in first or second standard.
Mm.
And I used to go to my grandparents' place and we used to perform with all the other cousins.
Mm.
We would just do drama and we used to sell tickets for, 5 paisa, 10 paisas. Like that's the Indian currency we had that time.
Mm.
So we used to do drama within the circle. And every morning I used to just wear my mom's sari, just drape it around, and without brushing my teeth, anything, just go outside and sit and act like aunties. Because that's what I used to see every day when my mom was chatting with them.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, this is what I want to do. And I just act different roles, just time pass. And that's when I realized, oh, this is something I love to do.
Did you work a lot back home as an actor before you moved to the UAE, or was it almost at the same time you moved?
No, I did. I did a couple of TV shows over there. And as soon as I started getting good projects, because since I was the first one from my family to get into this industry, there was nobody to guide me. So I started from scratch and slowly, one by one step at a time. The moment I started getting good roles, I got married and I moved to Dubai. And after moving here, I had to again start from scratch.
Yeah.
But then, it has been a learning experience.
Yeah, what was the whole transition like for you? Because it's a different demographic. In India, of course, it's a broader industry, but here it's quite small. What was that transition for you like?
It's a very big difference. In India, I was doing more of quality work. Quality work in the sense there is a variety of roles you can do. In Dubai, the market is completely different. Here, you have different set of roles, more of TV commercials, not too much of creative work as such. In India, it's like the moment you are a little well-known, you can demand.
Yeah.
Dubai doesn't give you that,
no.
that freedom. You cannot.
No.
You have to go by the rules, whatever is offered, unless you're an influencer.
Yeah.
But yes, I have done major brands in Dubai.
Yeah.
Dubai has given me fame, I would actually say.
No, it's true, because like I was saying in my introduction, you like everywhere. Like it's not even like exaggerated or anything like that. Even before I met you or knew who you were, I had seen your face plastered everywhere. How did you come to that part where you were able to like get all that work coming in for you?
I think when I moved here, I didn't know anyone. I just went onto Facebook, checked with a few groups on Facebook, made 1 or 2 friends. From there, I started my research and just went on giving auditions and applying everywhere I could. There were a lot of projects where they said, oh, it's for exposure, we don't have payments. I said, no problem, I just want to work. Because I was so bored here for the initial few months that I had no work. I said, I just want to work, anything you have. And that's how it started. And from one work led to another. And then I joined theatre.
Interesting. In theatre?
Yes.
And how's your journey been with theatre?
Amazing.
Oh, yeah?
In fact, to my surprise, I've never done theatre in India. But I did more theatre here in Dubai. And theater over here is very different, very nice.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Because it gives you like an opportunity to grow.
Yes.
You know, the thing about theater here is like everyone from around the world comes here, right? And because of how small the industry is, you are able to like learn from like some of the top people doing it, and also some of the people that are coming in. It's like a mixture of everyone together. Have you done any feature length plays recently, or that you've loved just so much the experience?
I've done a couple of plays which have stayed in my heart, like, some particular characters. And one of them was a short play. It's called Chidiki Dukki.
Churiki Duki.
Yeah, it's a Hindi play.
Yeah.
And I've done around 5 shows for it. And we're planning to do a few more shows.
Okay.
And every time I perform that character, I get to know something different about it.
Interesting.
Like, people say layers. I never understand what layers meant. But every time I play that character, it's something different. And I just fall in love with that character again.
Yeah.
And I love playing that. So, yeah. And there's one more character where I played a 60-year-old woman.
60?
60-year-old. And I had 2 sons in that. And that was amazing. It was a 3 months journey. And even after finishing the play, that character remained in me, that I used to talk like a 60-year-old woman for around 1 or 2 months. And my friends around me would make fun of me. What the hell are you doing? Sorry for that.
No, it's all right. Like acting is a very interesting thing, especially when you're playing roles that you're not quite accustomed to. You say you played a 60 years old woman. You've never been a 60 years old woman. So what did you draw from? Was it like your mom or women that you've seen around? Or what would you draw from to make sure that character was rich enough?
Same observation.
Observation.
Just observing our grandmothers, whatever we have seen of them, the movies, how our aunties in the societies they live. So just how you hear about them, what they think. That's inspiration.
On acting, do you have a school of thoughts that you go with when it comes to acting, or like say some people have the whole Stanislavski school of directing or acting. There's the Lee Strasberg, there's the and Meissner one. Is there any particular one that you flow with?
Honestly, no.
No?
I just go with whatever I feel. I tried reading these books. I listen to the audiobooks and all, but when I try to read them or try to understand, all of them actually say the same thing, just the approach is different. So I don't want to follow one technique. I'd rather go and just believe in that character and feel it.
Interesting.
I don't want to follow anything. And actually, I don't even remember. If somebody says, who said this line? I'm like, okay, I don't even remember who said this line, but the line made sense to me. So I just follow the content, the context, what they're trying to say. I never remember who the author was or who actually said that line.
Every actor that I've met, not every, most of the actors that I've met, they say the same thing about Shakespeare. Shakespeare is like a religion to actors. Do you have any relationship with Shakespeare? Have you done any Shakespeare play? Were they easy for you to assimilate, or was it something that you had to struggle and get, into the mindset of what Shakespeare was talking about during that time?
Sorry for being, ignorant about that, but I have never done Shakespeare's. I've never watched it. Never ever. Somehow I could not relate to it.
Okay.
There are certain plays which you can relate to, probably because of the language or the style. And I have been more into Hindi theatre.
Okay.
English theatre, yes. A few plays I've done and I've watched a few of them. But something which is more simple to understand and easy to relate with. Shakespeare, somehow for me, it has been a, kind of that fear factor. I'm scared of listening to Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I know I have friends who've performed in that, an amazing place, but I haven't. I somehow like to keep things very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple, something which I can understand easily.
Interesting. Do you think Shakespeare is something that you'd maybe in the future want to attempt?
I would love to. I would love to, but provided I can easily understand.
No, I get that. Like even me, I've been acting for as long as I can remember, professionally and all that. I even studied it in university. But Shakespeare has always been that one of those things where I'm like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's just until I think 2020 with this director Lydia Medeiros, good friend of mine. She was the one that made me start to enjoy Shakespeare. You know, it's the way she carried Shakespeare, the way she talked about it. You know, I started like, okay, maybe this is something that I can actually pay attention to a bit more. You know, and there's this website called No Fear Shakespeare, where if you have a Shakespeare script, all you need to do is just go on the website and it will explain it to you in regular English, so you have an understanding of what the script is.
That's lovely.
So maybe in the future, if you're casting a Shakespeare play, that's something to try.
I should actually try that. Because you know how they say in school, if the teacher is good, if the teacher explains you well, then you fall in love with the subject.
100%.
It's just the way. If the director or the script is explained to you well, then you might want to do it.
And away from the acting part of it, what made you? What did you see? What was missing in the UAE casting industry? Yeah, I'm talking about now. You co-founded a company, a casting agency called UCaster, and it's been doing well for the past 3 years, I think.
5 years.
5 years. Okay, 5 years. Was there like a vacuum you thought you needed to fill that you came up with this industry in this agency?
Yes. So when I did one of the shoots here as an actor, I had 4 actors with me. 3 actors. The husband was Indian. The kid was Filipino. The other kid was Chinese. So I felt there was a huge gap and understanding of the characters. Indian and an Indian husband and wife. They have Filipino and Chinese kids. So I just felt that was very weird. And a lot of talent agencies here focused on models, not on actors.
Okay.
And plus, I didn't have enough opportunities. So I thought rather than anybody else giving me opportunities, why not I create opportunities for myself and for others? Plus, giving them the right casting, where coming from the industry background, I know what the director wants. As an actor, you understand, okay, this is what probably the director wants in the cast. This is what is expected out of the script. So I had that understanding. So I thought, let me use it. And that's how UCaster began.
What do you think is missing in the industry here for both actors and agencies like yours? In my opinion, I feel like we need dedicated talent managers, you know, to get artists to work, you know, to do the bidding for them. But in your opinion, what do you think is missing currently?
As you correctly said, the dedicated managers, but for that, we need to have a proper system in place. If you say US, UK, they all have unions. India, they have a community, you know.
Yeah.
But here we don't have anything like that. Dubai market, UAE market is very, very volatile. There are no fixed rates. Of course, because acting is now promoted as a professional career over here.
Yeah.
After even if you see golden visa is here for the actors.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody does acting as a hobby. Now people are taking it as a career. So which is now giving, you know, more opportunities to actors, where a lot of actors are moving from India to Dubai and different countries to Dubai. But till the time we don't have a proper system in place where the talent usage rights, different factors are taken into consideration, it's going to be difficult. Because here, everybody wants to keep the money to themselves.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do business.
Yeah.
So the right amounts or the right fractions are not passing on. So till the time we don't have a proper system in place by the government or a proper union, it's going to be very difficult.
You said something about usage rights. That's something that a lot of models and actors are not very privy to, all the information of what they are supposed to know about the usage rights. Can you give us just a little bit of information on what usage rights is, at least for the actors or models out there that need to know about this?
Yes. So usage right means anybody who's using your photos or videos should take your consent. For how long are they going to use it? Which all territories they're going to use it, and which all platforms. Because if you're going to be there on their pages or their brand as a brand ambassador or a representative or as an actor, they need to pay you for that. Because you may lose work the next year. A competitive brand may come. They may say, oh, you have done a shoot for this brand, I cannot take you. As an actor, you lose an opportunity, you lose on business, you lose money. So usage rights is something very strictly followed in UAE. In India, it's not. In India, because a lot of A-list actors, only they follow this. Because there's so many actors, for them, it's like, we just want work. We don't care about usage rights. But in the UAE, even if you take a picture of somebody, you're not allowed to post it. You have to take a consent. That's what usage rights is. So anybody doing a commercial or any kind of paid advertisements or anything, you should ask them a usage and give them a consent form.
There's also like a difference between acting rate and usage rate. But most people don't pay attention to that. It's like, oh, everything is together, this thing together. But also, I think even for the people that are aware, they don't want to get into trouble. They don't want to like, get into some kind of black book or whatever that the agents have. So they don't want to talk about it. What do you think we can possibly do? How do you think we can possibly resolve that so that everyone has like gets a fair shake? Like, should we have more contracts drawn out that stipulates that, oh, this is what acting rate is, and this is what your usage rate is, and it's sent to the company. The company creates it on their own document and says to the models and the actors, this is what it is. What do you think could be done about that? Is there like a way to open up communication about that?
Honestly, I don't think so. The UAE market is prepared for that right now because as it is, there are not too many actors, not too many talents, not too many projects that happen here for the global market. Of course, there are Arab shows that happen, the Arab TV. That's a completely different section. But if you see all the brands, they are, for them, there is restriction on the, if you see the marketing budget they have. Everything goes on the marketing, the company, the brand, the marketing agency, the production company, the talent agency, all these different layers. Now, everybody has to keep their cut and the margins go down. So at the end comes the actor. So when an actor says, I'm not going to work at this amount, they say, okay, no problem. We have other actors working for free. We'll get them.
Exactly.
So the market is actually not prepared. As I said, till the time we have a strict system that you have to have this much minimum usage for anybody performing this any role. But that again cannot be done because again, this industry is skill-based. A person paying, for example, some X amount of money for somebody with X experience will not pay the same amount of money with somebody with a lower experience. So talent comes in the middle, the skills. So again, anybody would like to save their money and say, I would like to go for the cheapest option.
Cheapest option. That's basically what's killing us here. Cheapest option. Let me take it back to your acting so far. What kind of genres do you like to do as an actor?
Any.
Yeah, but like if you had to choose, I know everything and everything. If you had to choose, it's like your comfort zone. Like you can just slip into this genre any time of the day. Which one would it be?
I personally don't feel I can do comedy, but somehow comedy comes out naturally.
You do have a lot of comedy stuff on your
But I have a very, very bad sense of humor.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a very bad sense of humor. But still, when I do certain roles, they say, oh, you've got a good comic timing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Oh, really? Okay.
But I suppose that also works for you. Like I don't know how this thing was. I don't know how it was said, but there was a video I saw where someone who thought they were not really funny they'd go out and then they'll perform and then everyone goes crazy. Oh, that's great, and they're looking at themselves like, how is this happening? So I think in a way you don't necessarily have to be funny to be a funny actor. Stand-up comedy, however, is a different thing because you have to be funny to deliver as a stand-up comic. Is that something you'd ever consider trying?
Stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
I just black out. Stand-up comedy is so difficult, I feel.
Yeah.
I can do n number of characters on stage, being in that character, but interacting directly with the audience and coming up with the impromptu jokes is hats off to all the stand-up comedians.
I know. It scares the bejesus out of me. Like people keep saying, oh, you can do it. I'm like, no, I cannot. Because the thing about stand-up comedy, at least their community, is you have to write your jokes. I don't think I'm a funny person. I don't think I can write jokes or whatever it is those guys are doing. But I understand where you're coming from. Do you do music?
Not really. I tried learning music. Because as an actor, everybody says you should know a little bit of music. I tried, but somehow I couldn't do it.
Yeah, the reason I asked that is because, like you just said, in this day and age, being an actor is not necessarily enough. You have to be able to do
a lot of
other things, the singing and the dancing thing. Do you think, apart from you said the music thing didn't work out, what about dance? Is this something you want to keep?
I want to, and I still keep doing some dance at home every day. And I know you are a brilliant dancer. I'm looking forward to dance with you someday.
One day, inshallah.
But yes, dance is something I'm looking forward to.
Oh, yeah? Any specific genre of dance, like Bollywood or tango or any of this stuff?
Nothing, anything that
Wait,
I can
wait, you don't know any classical Indian dance?
I do. I've been trained in Bharatnatyam. I've been
Exactly.
trained in Kathak. I do Bollywood freestyle dancing. I can do hip hop, but not really.
Wow.
Not more into dancing, but I love dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just play the music and you'll see me dancing
Do you see yourself in Bollywood someday?
every day. It's every actor's dream. Most of the actors' dream, I would say, to be a part of that 70 the mainstream cinema.
Yeah.
Because being on the set, being in that zone is completely different. That's a trip that I'm waiting to experience.
Yeah. You haven't been on any Bollywood-ish kind of set yet, bro?
I've done 2-3 cameos in a few feature films, but nothing that great that I was looking for. Of course, I learned from them. It was a different learning experience, but that's not what I was looking for at the moment. I'm looking for a bigger role as a main lead.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
You're an actor, of course. So we are very spotlight people. Do you want to be famous?
Who doesn't want to be?
I mean, I don't know.
I think everybody who comes and who knows that he has to be in front of the camera will know that they will be famous, whether in good sense or bad sense, or maybe they will quit the industry. So if you are still there hanging in the industry, that means you want to be there. You want to be famous. I think fame just comes, it's just a byproduct.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to be famous. We want to do good projects on camera. Fame will automatically come. Fame and money are just the byproducts.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, of course, the fame is fun. It will be great. But I want to be a constantly working actor, like at the top of my game. And the fame of it all should be like an add-on, something that comes on, as I'm doing what I'm doing. Because fame has its perks. When you're famous, people are able to hear you better, see your work, whatever message you're trying to send, whatever it's, people are able to see that a bit better. So I don't think it hurts. I think it's a nice perk to have when you're an actor.
Yeah, and I get a kick when people clap for me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, in theater, on stage, even if it's a small role, if somebody says, "Oh wow, you're amazing," that's it. Even if it's not a very big role, but people remember you for that small role, that's a kick for me. So I love that. Even if it's not on camera.
Yeah.
We've done, the actors, we don't run behind money. We run behind projects and the roles. The moment somebody says, "Oh, this is a good role, you want to do it," yeah. Forget money, forget it. Number of days, forget it. Just tell us about the role.
Yeah.
And then you're there.
Oh, the money is important, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Surviving in Dubai, yes,
you gotta pay rent. Those free rolls, they're not gonna pay the rent. But do you also suffer like imposter syndrome?
I'm sorry?
Imposter syndrome.
What's that?
The fact that when you do stuff, sometimes you feel like when you're getting accolades for things that you've done, but you don't feel like you deserve it. You're like, oh, is it what I did? Is it really worth all this hype that people are giving me? Do you get like that?
Honestly, I've never thought about it.
Really?
Yeah, never ever thought. In fact, a lot of times it has happened that I've done a lot of things, I never realized it, and people made me realize, oh, you've done so much. You've done this, you've done that. Okay, yeah, I've done that. I've done that. So I actually have never thought about it.
Interesting. Because most times artists that I've asked, they're like, oh yeah, I experienced it, because I don't know what it is. I think as artists, we just feel like, oh, wow, okay, that stuff I did, really, you're making a big deal out. Some artists anyways, you're making a big deal out of that. It's not really because I feel like we're always chasing the masterpiece. So if you do something that everyone else thinks is, oh, fascinating, but to you, you're like, oh.
Was it that big?
Yeah,
it does happen.
So that happens a lot, I feel. There's a fun challenge I do with every actor that comes here. I don't know if you're ready for it.
Sure.
Okay, it's really simple, right? So we come up with a word. I give you a word, okay? And then for using this word, you either create a monologue with this word, or you just create a story, a entirely different story, like around this word. Don't necessarily have to say the word, but just create a story. Like, say if I said heartbreak, last person I had said heartbreak, and they created like a whole story around heartbreak. Or you can just find a way to put the heartbreak into whatever story you want to tell.
So should it be a story or should I act?
You acted out. You're an actor, right? So you're going to have to perform for me. So if I give you a word, say coconut, you're gonna act out something that has to do revolve around
my God,
coconut.
coconut.
But I
Don't
wouldn't
give me
say
this
coconut.
word.
I wouldn't say coconut. I'll give you something a bit more tangible, something you can play with.
Something
Okay.
more simple.
Something simple. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go. You ready?
Okay, let's
Okay.
go.
All right. Okay. Let's go with love.
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 Really? Does that really mean anything to you in this world? Love. Do you know what year are we in? 2024. Love doesn't even exist. Everybody's on their phone. They don't really know what love means. Love. I had heartbreaks. A lot of them. And I loved them. They made fun of me. And they just said, love? You love? People don't understand what love is. Neither do you. Love. Love is so divine. You don't even have to say anything when you love someone. It just happens.
That was really good. That was really good. I was like, what's going on? That was really good. All right.
Okay, great.
Do you have a word
Do
for
I
me?
have a chance
I
to
mean,
give you a word?
either you give me a word, I can do love just, but you can give me another word.
Okay.
Hey, take it easy with me, okay?
Of course.
All right.
Jeans.
Jeans.
The denim pant.
I remember my first jeans. I was like, I think I was maybe 5. It didn't belong to me per se. It was like my older brother had just given me his old jeans. I was really excited. I wore it. It fit perfectly. And then I realized it had a tear at the bottom of it. That broke my heart because I was really excited about that jean. I was going to show it off to my friends. And when I saw that tear, it just kind of broke my heart. But then I showed my mom, fascinating woman. She took it. She's like, don't worry, boy, I'll fix it up. And then she went on and to her a sewing machine, and she stitched it so well. It became like a whole new thing. And I had a new design. All I did was I rushed off and I started yelling, guys, come see my new jeans. It's really fancy. And then 20 years later, I see an ad for Levi's, the jean company. They're making a new style with my jean as a 5-year-old. And it just takes me back to that time my mom did that. She's late now. She died like 10 years ago. But that ad with that jean, it brought it back. It felt like she was there with me for that moment. And I am grateful for that. My jeans. I thank you.
Wow, that's Prince for you. That's amazing.
Oi. Brilliant.
Too good. Emotional yet.
Well, we'll try. We'll do our best. But Svet, now that we're rounding up, I just want you to give us like last words, like reflections. You've been doing this for a little bit. You've seen some things. You've gone around. This has helped you in so many ways. Just last words to viewers out there who are just starting on a journey, or just anything really for us to sign off on.
I would just like to tell all the actor friends or actors who are wanting to be in this industry, if you really want to be an actor, just hang in here. There's work for everyone. Don't get disappointed. Don't quit, because quitting is the worst thing.
Yeah.
The moment you quit, your dreams shatter. Just don't do that. Just keep trying, and definitely something will happen.
Interesting. Keep trying. Don't give up. Thank you so much for coming, Svet. It was really nice having this conversation. And that last performance.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Of course. Definitely try and get you back again so we can do more stuff together. And there you have it, folks. Another episode, another wonderful conversation with the wonderful Svetlana. And make sure that you follow all our channels, YouTube and Instagram. But until next time, peace.